Now we are moving on to drawing angles now, or constructing angles. So you'll be asked to construct a particular angle. Again, you need a protractor, and similar kind of thing. You need to know where the center cross of your protractor is, you need to know where the zero line is, and we need to think a little bit harder if we are drawing a reflex angle. Okay, so let us start with an acute angle. Is 30 degrees an acute angle?
Yes.
Yes. Again, we first need to draw a baseline because we need to draw one arm of the angle. So using your ruler, just any baseline, okay, anywhere on the paper. Then mark the vertex of your angle where the other line is going to meet. Okay, just like we did when measuring angles, we need to line this vertex with the center cross and the zero line. So let us do that. So the vertex needs to line up with the center cross, and the base needs to line up with the zero line. Does it do that? Yes. Then we need to find an angle. Which angle do we want to construct? 30 degrees. So I'll count from 0 to 30. Is this the angle I'm after? Put a dot there. Okay? So I matched this with the center cross and the base with the zero line, and then I looked at the scale and matched the 30 degree. Put a dot. Now for this, your pencils need to be really sharp because you have to be very precise. Once you've done that, using a ruler and a sharp pencil, again it's harder to do it on the board with such a big protractor, you join the two lines. So this was your base, later. This was your base, and this was your other arm that you measured that this angle was 30 degrees. Then we label it. We put an arc and label the angle. And then again check, does it look like a 30-degree angle? Yes, it does. Make sense? Now 120, same thing, first draw a baseline. Anyway, you can draw a baseline like this anywhere on the paper. Then mark the vertex of your angle, line up the vertex with the center cross and the baseline with the zero. And then look at your angle. So follow the 0, 120. So I looked at the 0, found 120, and I put a dot there. Then I join these two. Again, your pencils need to be sharp. Now label, so put an arc, 120 degrees. Make sure you put degrees. It's important that you put, like any measurement needs to have a unit. We need to put our pens and protractors down and listen. We're measuring something. It must have a unit. Are there any other units of angles that we don't know of? Well, if you don't know, you can't answer. So angles are measured in degrees, yes? If I don't put a degree sign, is there any other unit that it can mean? Are there any other units that angles are measured in?
Centimeters.
No, centimeters is the unit for length. How about you research it tonight and get back to me tomorrow? Are there any other, if I don't put a degree sign, what does that mean? It means something else. Yes?
120%.
Now, figure it out, find it, research it. So it is important to put a degree sign. We're measuring them in degrees, we're drawing them in degrees. You must put a degree sign, and I'll ask you next lesson, what happens if you don't put a degree sign? What measure does it then represent? Now, 300 degrees, is it an obtuse angle? Is it an acute angle? Do I have 300 degrees on my protractor? So what do I do?
You measure, because it's a reflex angle, you measure the other part.
Exactly. So you first figure out the other part. 60 degrees. You sketch 60 degrees, and then there's one little trick we do in the end. So to draw 60 degrees, draw a baseline. The vertex matching up with the center cross, the baseline matching up with the 0. 60. Put a dot. Now, this is my 60-degree angle. But, sorry, it's a bit crooked, but it's hard to do with a big protractor. But was I supposed to label or draw a 60-degree angle? No. So isn't this the 60-degree angle? Yeah. But which one was I after? The outside. Does that make sense? So you draw a 60-degree one, but you label the outside one. How clever is that? Questions? Do we know how to measure angles? Do Do we know how to label angles?
Yes.
Great. Get on with your work.